Please go
Okay,
ahead.
cool. Okay, cool. Afternoon, Temba. Just in terms of your team's performance, the last time we saw you guys in ODIs was 2 months ago, and you won quite comfortably there. I was wondering what you felt you needed to improve to kind of repeat what you did there as far as outcomes was concerned for this series, which is very important for Super League points.
Thanks, Stuart. Yeah, look, I mean, our last series against India was obviously quite a successful one. There were a lot of positives from that series, from the batting, from the bowling. I think coming together now again after 2 months, it was important that we remind ourselves of those positives, of the things that we did well, and make sure that we get ourselves into the right mental space to do that here. Look, I think one of the things that we spoke about from a mental point of view is that, coming up against a side like India, is generally it's a bit easier for the guys to get themselves up. Obviously coming up against a big name like India. And I think with Bangladesh, not to undermine them in any way, from an intensity point of view, there's a lot more that you need to kind of look more inward to make sure that your intensity is not low and there's no sense of complacency. So I think, yeah, for us, it was to remind ourselves of the things we did well and make sure that we do them here, but also to remind ourselves of our standards that we set, that against any opponent, we make sure that the skill display that we put out on the field is always measured to what our standard and expectation is of ourselves.
Dennis?
How's it, Temba? Are you happy that the IPL guys are available for you? And what are your thoughts on the IPL guys maybe choosing to go to the IPL for the tests?
Hi, Dennis. Look, yeah, obviously having all your assets at your disposal is obviously something that, as the captain, you would like. Am I happy? Of course I'm happy. My opinion on the situation, I think, it's a far from ideal one. I think we can all agree to that. And I think from a player point of view, or someone who's not really affected by the IPL and all of that, I think we would have liked that this decision was dealt with a lot more earlier, with a lot more urgency. I think, the fact that on the eve of, a one-day series, on the eve of when a test squad is supposed to be announced, we're still not too sure what is happening. At least from my point of view, I'm not too sure what is happening. I think that's not ideal. I think we could have learned from previous years, especially last year, Pakistan, and a decision couldn't be made a lot more earlier by everyone that is involved. Yeah, that's my opinion, Tinos.
Telford?
How's it, Temba? This series will be played on, I think, what people acknowledge are the most difficult surfaces for teams, particularly from the Asian subcontinent, to come to. Of course, that's mostly true for test matches, and conditions will be toned down a bit in the one day, as you would assume. But do you still expect, South Africa to have the upper hand? Do the conditions still play a role, even though we're talking about one-day cricket?
Yeah, I think conditions do play a role. For the home series, conditions do act as an advantage. I mean, I'd be lying if I said that we were not in a position to try exploit the advantage that we have. We know how to play on these surfaces with the bat or the ball. It's a lot more instinctive for us. So for us, we'll make use of that advantage and make it work in our favor. Look, I don't know what's going to be prepared in the test series, so I can't exactly comment on that. But I mean, with the one-day series being played in the high vault, you can expect there to be pace, you can expect there to be bounce, true to what South African high vault wickets are like.
Up next, Ikush, Mahibur, and Yusuf.
Hi, Temba. I have just a couple of questions. First one is Bangladesh played.
Sorry, one question, please. Just to give
Okay.
him the opportunity. Thank you.
Okay. Bangladesh played decent cricket in ODI, but condition of South Africa is totally different for them. So how do you rate your opponent? Thank you.
Yeah, look, I mean, like I said, with Bangladesh being here, we're not in any way going to undermine the team. Yes, they don't have the name of India, but for us, we're going to warn ourselves against any type of complacency. We prepared against them as well as we would normally would against any opposition. We know they've got match winners in their team, and we know we've got guys who can do the business on their given day. So, in terms of preparation, in terms of expectation, we won't compromise, we won't fall short on that. And we'll be giving him the respect that they deserve.
Mahibur?
Hi, Temba, can you hear me well?
Yes, I can.
Temba, do you think that the condition of South Africa can make the difference with the side who have been spotting the top of the ICC Super League point table, alongside the cricketer like Shakib Al Hasan, Tamim Iqbal, Mushfiqur Rahim? So, in this, considering the circumstances, do you think that your condition can make the difference that is going to be in your pocket?
Yeah, I think, the difference between teams, between countries around the world is exactly that, is the conditions. You get teams, you get countries who are very strong in their own conditions, but maybe not as strong in other conditions. And whenever you're playing a home series, as the home team, you want to make use of that advantage. You want to make use of that competitive advantage. So I mean, as I said, we'll be doing everything that we can to exploit that competitive advantage. The players that you've mentioned in the Bangladeshi team are guys of experience, guys who've played here in South Africa, guys who've played in Australia. So from a mental point of view, at least they know what to expect. And hence why I said we won't be undermining or taking that team for granted. You've mentioned the fact that they're on the top, they're on the top of that league. So, like I said, we'll give them the respect. But at the end of the day, it's what happens on the day if any team can adapt to whatever conditions or challenges that are presented to them.
Eason and then Abid.
Hi, Temba. After beating India 3-0, now facing Bangladesh, is it more relaxed series? And which aspect of Bangladesh can South Africa think about?
It's definitely not a relaxed series. This is an important series for us. All series are important. We always speak about us mastering our way of doing things, and we have an opportunity again now in this three-match ODI series to do so. Bangladesh, I believe, will present a different challenge to what the Indian team, and it'll be important that we match up to the challenge. Bangladesh are obviously a fiery, spirited team, and we know that they'll be coming hard at us. They've got the bowling resources. They've got fast bowlers who will, obviously try and make use of our quick and bouncy wickets. And we've got batters as well who have proven to be quite good, quite competitive with the short ball. So I think, yeah, it'll be a good series. The Indian series is behind us. We take whatever confidence that we gain from it, and we try and make use of it in this series here.
Abid?
Hey Temba, how are you?
Good, Abid, how are you?
I'm fine. I have a question for you, that is, in the recent past, in last 6 matches, Bangladesh have won 3 and South Africa have won 3. In your guys' back of the mind, will it work to not to take lightly Bangladesh in your own backyard?
Definitely, yes. We won't be taking them lightly. We won't be walking on the field with any type of expectations or guarantees. We know that we're going to have to play good cricket as we did against India. as we've been trying to do in other series, for us to get the result. It'll obviously be important for us that we start well, set the standard for us, and then challenge ourselves to get better and better each game. But yes, we definitely won't be taking the Bangladesh team lightly.
Thank you.
Is it me now again?
Yes, please.
Okay. Temba Sisanda Mangala has done very well in the series again, in the one-day games for the Lions now. Obviously, because of the fitness test, he's not part of the ODI team. What do you think about that? And do you think the current fitness standards are fair and the correct way to sort of judge a guy's readiness for ODI cricket?
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, I don't want to be too harsh in answering this question, but I really don't think there's much of a discussion to be had around it. I think the fitness standard, the tests, or something that is made aware to all cricketers within our system. Everyone knows what they need to do to make themselves eligible from a fitness point of view. So, I mean, with Magala, I think he knows that he can only point the finger back at himself. Obviously, as a captain, I'm disappointed that I don't have him at my disposal, but I think he can accept that it is to his own doing. I play with the guy at the Lions. I've got a good relationship with the fitness trainer, and the communication that I've had is that, you know, there's a lot more good that he's doing to try and improve his fitness and where he is. But unfortunately, at this point in time, he's not at the eligible fitness level. In terms of the standards, in terms of the tests, look, I'm not an expert in that point of view. Mine is to play cricket. And if the fitness coach says to me I have to run at a certain level, you know, I have to do that. And I mean, all of those things are communicated to us in our PDP that we have every year. So it's nothing really that is new or sprung up on anyone. So yeah, Tianas, I don't think there's much of a discussion here to be had, to be honest. It's something that affects all players equally.
And we'll give Ross an opportunity and then we'll close with Kanyiso.
Thanks very much, Sibukazi. How's it, Temba? Obviously, you guys have been keeping up to date with the women in New Zealand. They racked up their 4th in a row this morning. Does that give you guys a bit of fire as well to see them doing so well in the World Cup? And are you guys proud of their efforts? And does it fire you up to do well yourselves against Bangladesh?
Yeah, the guys are massively proud. Actually, before we started trading today, we got to watch a bit of the finishing of their game. And I guess it is quite motivational. It is quite inspiring. I mean, we've sent messages to the women's team in support of their journey at the World Cup. So to see them get those positive results is massive. It does motivate us as well. I mean, like I said, we're in support of the their success. You know, we revel in their success, and you know, we'll also be looking to follow suit in the series as well.
And Kanyiso?
Mandibulele Sibokazi, bye. Ndathemba kuyaphila yonke into kutsala lakho Manxeko. Bye. Izolo bekusandonyulwa ke uNqununwenja ke ngipholethi Moseki. Nje ka ucacisele baba izindaba ezinjani kuni ke ngabadlali banefuna ubona izinto kwecala le-boardroom nokwana ke sithanda banozinzo.
Inkosi Bhutkhanyiso, sivile ngezo ndaba ezo ukuba banyule i-CEO entsha. And loo nto iyasivuyisa singabadlali, singabantu abakwi-system apha kwi-cricket. Iyanceda into yokubana kubekho umntu ozawuba stable kwela position yobu-CEO. Into ke kudala abadlali, kudala abantu bekwi-system ye-cricket beyikhalela. And siyathemba ukuba loo nto ke izonikeza abanye abantu i-confidence ukuthemba uba izinto zizode zilunge zihambe kakuhle apha kwi-system yethu. Kodwa ke yinto esivuya kakhulu singabadlali.
Lena ke imidlalo yeBangladesh inamanqaku e-World Series World I-League manxebe. Ibaluleke kanjani uba la manqaku niwafumane kuba kaloku iBangladesh ingena yona kule midlalo emithathu ingena iphezulu kilo kakhulu nina ke nisalwela uba ningene kwesa sibhozo siya kwindebe yehlabathi. Njengakocacisa uba ke nje uba nizawuncambasa njani nide niwafumane la manqaku nibe kulaa ndawo ningafuneke nibheke nityelele eZimbabwe lo nyaka uzayo.
Ewe, le midlalo ibaluleke kakhulu njengoba uyicacisile ke. Mina amanqaku esiwafunayo, amanqaku siwanidayo ukuba nathi ke sizokwazi ukukhwalifaya for le ndebe yehlathi izobe i-next year. Kodwa ke xa sendithetha inyani, into esijongene kuyo kakhulu izindlela esidlala ngayo. Sijonge indlela esidlala ngayo against India, siyithande kakhulu. So zonke ezaa zinto besizenza phana ezintle sifuna ukuziphinda apha against iBangladesh, and sithembe into ukubana siyayilungisa leyo into. Iindaba zamanqaku kumele uba siyawafumana nazo zezazilungiselela.
Okay, hayi mani bhayi ndicela mani le mbuzo lona kuze wena ucela uphinde ngesilungu for abantu abakhoyo mani abetafileni mhlawumbi lento kwakha ngobuzwa ngayo.
Yes, I think it's obviously, welcoming news. The fact that Cricket South Africa have gotten to a position where they've appointed a permanent CEO. This is obviously something that has been people within the cricket system have been asking for, and we're hoping that this move, this decision will again go a long way in garnering the confidence in people outside of cricket, go a long way in terms of aiding in the stability from an administrative and decision-making point of view, and also getting that support again from the corporate world, from friends around.
Thank you, Minia.
Thanks very much, everyone, for joining us. I will send out this audio as quickly as possible. Just to manage expectations, please expect the test squad announcement this afternoon. I don't want to commit to an exact time, but I'm hoping that it will be out by 3 p.m. today. And also, Temba made mention of a PDP in his answer to Sisanda Magala question from TNS. The PDP is the personal development plan that it's a meeting that takes place between the director of cricket, some of the senior coaches, and each player to discuss what they've done great in the previous season, what areas need improvement in the next season, what the expectations are in terms of growth and just expansion for the upcoming season. So that's what the PDP stands for. Thank you very much to everyone for joining us, and we'll chat to you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.